and today I'm going to tell you about some of my favorite new and small booktubers. Lately it seems like I have been subscribing to lots of really small booktubers, and they're just starting out or they have under 1,000 subscribers, and I just love their videos, and so I want to share all of their fantasticness with you. Is fantasticness a word? Probably not. But before I get into that, I want to make sure that you know that Books for MKs is a charity that donates books to missionary kids. Today's MK shout out goes to Lee, who is 13 years old and lives with his family in Honduras. Lee loves to read adventure books. If you want to donate to Lee and children like him, you can donate to the Books for MKs charity at GoFundMe.com. And don't forget to click on that subscribe button and on the little bell so that you could be notified every time that I post a new video. I have 10 booktubers that I want to share with you today, so let's jump right into that list. These are in no order whatsoever. The first one that I want to talk about is Allie M. Reads. One of my favorite videos that she has done recently is the How to Read the Riordan Verse. So it's like the universe of Rick Riordan books, and she goes through all the books and the Percy Jackson books and Kane Chronicles and the Trials of Apollo and all of those, and all of the companion books and short stories and stuff, and she kind of goes through what's the timeline in that universe and where should you read each book and what books are going to have spoilers if you haven't read the other book first. I really loved that video, and she has such an enthusiasm for Percy Jackson, so definitely go check out that video of hers. Another new favorite is Megan Hannett. She has been doing videos about Anne of Green Gables. She actually has quite a history with Anne, not just like, oh, she's read the books, but she adapted a play about Rilla of Ingleside. So she has been doing a whole series of Anne of Green Gables videos, ranking the different books and talking about Ellen Montgomery. And I mean, y'all know I'm a big fan of Ellen Montgomery. If you didn't know, you should check out my video about that favorite author. So I love that Megan is not just talking about one of my favorite series, Anne of Green Gables, but she has such a history and almost like an expertise in that area. So I feel like I really trust her opinions and her experience with Anne. And it's kind of cool because Megan's sister, Sarah Hannett, has now also started a BookTube channel. She talks about some of my favorite books. Every time she has come out with a new video, I'm like, what? That's my favorite. One of the recent videos that she did was Why I Love Bilbo Baggins. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. Of course, I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and I really loved the insight that Sarah had into the character of Bilbo Baggins. Another new favorite is Emma from Cup of Books. Emma just did a May reading wrap-up where she talks about The Invisible Library, which is one that I have not read yet, but I am very interested in reading, and I loved her review of it. And she talks about Lord of the Rings in that wrap-up as well, and I may not agree with her about some of her opinions, but I was very interested to hear her experience with reading Lord of the Rings. I have also fallen in love with Victoria from the Musical Bookworm channel. She did a really cool book tag based on the Myers-Briggs personality test. So if you're like an INFJ or an ENTP or, you know, whatever it is, then you would do the tag based on your results from that personality test, which I thought was so creative. And I loved her answers and everything too. It was a very cool tag. I've also been watching videos from Anita over at Anita Reads. Anita just did a May wrap-up with a lot of fantasy books, and you know I love hearing about fantasy. And one of the books she reviewed was The Hobbit, so of course I was loving it. I can't wait to see more from her channel and see what kind of fantasy books she is reading and maybe get some good recommendations for some good fantasy. I mean, of course, she does other books too, but it's the fantasy that keeps me coming back. I've also fallen in love with Beth over at Beth Chats Books. I mean, I say fallen in love. I'm not in love with these people. I'm in love with the books that they're talking about. Beth did a video talking about her Goodreads Summer Reading Challenge, and she talked about rereading Little Women. I love simple, easy classics like Little Women where, you know, it's not War and Peace or something where it takes forever to read through, but it's something simple and easy that anybody can enjoy. So I love hearing more about other people's experience reading and rereading some of my favorite classics. I've also been enjoying videos from Kat over at Brews and Reviews. She participated in a really cool readathon called the Mental Health-a-thon, and she just posted her wrap-up video. And it was just so interesting to hear about all these different mental health issues and then the books that she read that correspond with those challenges I guess they had in the readathon. It was just such an interesting idea. I had never heard of the Mental Health-a-thon or Mental Health Readathon before, so I was really interested to see that on her channel. It was a very interesting idea. I've also been watching Alyssa over at Books with Alyssa J. She did a video about books that intimidate me. And it's not what you would think. You'd think like, oh, you're intimidated because it's a big book. And so, or maybe it's like a really difficult classic or something. But you'd be surprised at her answers. I was like, aha, okay, well. It was really interesting to see the different books that she chose and the different reasons why reading that book intimidates her. And the last one I have to share today is Jenny from Bookish Shenanigans. First of all, I just love saying that channel name, Bookish Shenanigans. Bookish Shenanigans. I don't know, shenanigans is a fun word to say. Try it right now, just say the word shenanigans. It's just, I don't know why. It's just a funny word. I like it. She did a birthday book haul with quite a lot of like just very different books and all sorts of different genres. But one of them was a graphic novel of The Handmaid's Tale. I haven't even read The Handmaid's Tale and I was like, ooh, graphic novel, interesting. I mean, that's something I would want to read, you know, that is pretty interesting. I wonder what, I don't know, I just wonder how that story could be adapted. I haven't even read the story. I mean, I know the basics of the story, but I haven't even read it, and I'm still very curious, like, how would that be adapted into graphic novel form? Very interesting. And those are the 10 booktubers that I have been watching recently that are under 1,000 subscribers, and I have just fallen in love. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what are some of your favorite new or small booktubers, because I will absolutely check them out in the comments and I will go to their channel and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.